We are Be Well Health and Wellness Consultants, and we're inviting you into our toughest and most honest conversations with each other.
We believe in honest, educated, science-based health promotion and that everyone should have access to this kind of information.
Tune in to hear our hearts for you as we uncover the not-so-pretty side of the health and wellness industry on the Healthy is Hard podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Healthy is Hard podcast. If you have been with us for a while, you know that right now we are in a series called Spring Training. So the past couple weeks, Tony and I have been breaking down some really kind of hot topics in the fitness world specifically, moreover just the health and wellness industry as well. So far we have talked about cutting, which is that unique fat burn phase. We have also touched on avoiding the plateau. And today we are going to keep it rolling, telling you a little bit about target areas. So this is a bit of a hot topic, especially in the mom community. I hear it very, very often where moms will come to me and say, oh my gosh, I just want to get rid of my mommy belly or my mommy pouch. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Tony has some great insight for us from the fitness side, especially on that stomach area, but really for anyone that is truly focused on maybe losing weight or toning up, losing fat in just one specific area of your body and the real truth behind that. So without further ado, Tony, take it away, brother.
Yeah, so this topic actually goes perfect with the series that we're going for because we already talked about cutting. And that is one of the main misconceptions that people read about or see some sort of advertisement, do this to get a six pack or, drink this and you'll get a six pack. You'll burn the fat in your stomach. The hard truth, that's not even possible because our body does not pick a specific origin of our body and burn that area of fat. It works all together. Everything in the fitness industry, you have to work together in order to get the complete package goal that you want. If you want abs, you can't just do crunches and leg lifts 7 days a week and assume you're going to get a six pack. No, the six pack realistically comes from the kitchen, which is Bailey's side of things. Now, from the fitness perspective, I get a lot of people, hey, when are you going to incorporate abs into my training program? And then I sit back. Yeah, go ahead.
I did it to him last week. We've told you guys that we kind of swapped. So I got Tony a meal plan and he sent me a fitness plan. And I said the same thing. I was like, are there any ab exercises you could throw at me? He was like, well, and I know this, I really do. And that's what's so fascinating to me. I know that if you are engaging your core and doing movements correctly, if you're doing a squat correctly, if you're doing, knee raises correctly, even if you're doing arm exercises and you're doing it correctly using your core as your natural weight belt, you don't need ab specific exercises or core specific exercises, I should say, to really tone up your core. And I still asked. So just know that if you're thinking that, you're not alone. And I literally did it last week.
Yeah. And that's the great thing that I can come out, and educate you on is if you look at the program that I designed for somebody, I have a note section, and during specific exercises, I will literally say brace core, that main objective for that exercise. If you're doing something bent over, your main muscle group that's being worked is your core because your center of gravity is now not standing tall in place. It is bent over. And now you need to support your lower back. And what's surrounding your lower back is your entire abdomen. So that entire time, for example, you're doing a bent over reverse fly or a bent over row, you are working your abs. You don't think you are because you're not doing your traditional crunches or your leg raises, that you always see these people do. Now, I'm not knocking ab exercises at all, but it's unnecessary to do abs 7 days a week. Your abs are still a muscle group. They need time to recover. Same thing goes with the calves, but the calves are completely different. On a male's perspective, calves are the main thing that a guy wants to grow, so it's a stubborn muscle since we walk on it all the time. If you want your calves to grow, you got to work it out 7 days a week, but that's growing muscle, not burning fat.
Right. That is interesting. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard thing to grasp, when you see all these, fitness influencers, with the 6-pack, the 8-pack, and all you see them do is crunches for their advertisement.
Right.
But really, genetically, they're gifted with that 6-pack and they're naturally lean. Not knocking that they have a good diet, but they've never been in the position of having big, stubborn belly fat that they can target. But yet again, that goes for every way. I get a lot, and I'm going to target women for this because this is an area where a lot of women store fat. Right here on the back of the tricep. Yeah, I get that from my mom all the time. If you want that tricep to look less fatty, then you need to grow your tricep muscle in order for your skin to adjust around it and tighten up. But it's just like, again, if you want it to grow, then you need to overwork that muscle to overcome that look of, wow, I have flabby triceps. That is a big place where people store fat. The biggest place, you have the back of the tricep, you have the breasts, and you have the hips, or the love handles that you would say, and the abdomens in the midsection area.
What Tony's really doing right now is just really calling me out on this episode, but being very nice about it, because that's another area that I specifically asked him about. And I see it in my program that he sent me. I have lots of arm exercises, lots of tricep exercises, because I told him that was a problem area. And I just texted him the other day. I was like, I don't know. I need more. I was literally just grabbing at that area the other day. Again, if you're listening, you are not alone. I still pick out things I don't like about myself. But today, before I started my workout, I really, really try. I think this is a big, mindset aspect of what we're talking about today as well. Before I started my workout, I just stood in the mirror and I looked at myself and I said, "You are strong. I love you." Talking to my body, talking to myself. I was like, "You look good. You are doing this. And you're going to feel good. You look good, you feel good." And I felt so much better throughout my workout, and I feel so much better now. So anyway, just to touch on that mindset before we talk about, the end of the fitness here and the nutrition, because it is so important, when you're focusing on the negative, you'll continue to see the negative, but when you look at the positive will get more positive exponentially quicker when you're focusing on it.
Absolutely. And I try to push that on so many people is learn self-love.
Yeah.
Because if you like Bailey just said, if you're looking in the mirror and you're staring at your tricep and you absolutely hate it, you're just digging a deeper hole into a depressed mind state. And that's just going to ruin everything else around you. It's going to ruin your diet. It's going to ruin your workout. And I've been in that position so many times. The biggest weak point that I don't like about myself is my chest. I hate how my chest look, but I store so much body fat there, stubborn body fat. And I've had that problem since I was a heavier person. I just store that fat that most of it's caused by just hormones in general and from already being heavier. I work chest as it is twice a week. And I get to the point where at the end of my workout, I can touch my chest and it hurts. Yeah. But it gets to the fat's not going to just disappear from doing that. I need to focus on my diet in order to get it down. I need to do my cardio. You need all over fat burn. You can't just target that one area. And there's really not much depth to go further than what I've already just touched on. It's just plain and simple. There is no magic pill that's just going to burn the fat. Hard work ethic, determination, have willpower, and stop falling into the trap of these people saying that you can burn fat in a specific area, because you physically cannot do that. Your body is going to work together and it's going to burn the fat where it wants to.
Yes.
Your body is the boss.
That is so true. The word that comes to mind for me is synergistic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Process of fat burn and achieving our physical goals is truly so synergistic. Everything has to work together. We can't only be doing these fad treadmill exercises, or only be using the stair climber, only be lifting the weights, only be having a good diet. We need to do all of these things together, right? Maybe that looks a little bit different for each and every person. But like he said, the cardio, the weights, the strength, the resistance, the food, the mindset, and the biggest thing that I want to touch on here is stopping. So all of those things I just listed, you need to do. All of the things that I'm about to list, you should stop doing if you truly want to move your progress forward. The number one thing is supplements that claim fat burn. I'm just going to leave it at that because, again, physically impossible. There is no one food, there is no one ingredient that burns fat. The only scientific research showing support in fat oxidation, so fat burn is scientifically called fat oxidation. Our body is oxidizing the fat, which allows it to be used as energy and then burned, produced into CO2 that we breathe out, sweat, whatever. That is actually how we lose that weight, is by those byproducts. However, it does not actually burn the fat, it just supports the fat oxidation process. Now, that ingredient is green tea or green tea extract. So you may see green tea extract in a pill that is promoted as a fat burner. However, there are lots of other things in that pill, and a lot of times, a lot of those things can actually be very dangerous for your health, especially if you are someone who is working with me, because I work with people specifically who have a concern or a hereditary risk of developing a chronic illness. If you are predisposed to anything like that, heart disease especially, please, I am begging you, because I want to see you live a long and healthy life. If you have any type of risk, hereditary, maybe you've had a high fat diet the last couple years or months, if you have any increased risk for heart disease at some point in your life, please do not take a fat burner, because a lot of the ingredients in them promote circulation, which should in turn promote body temperature rising, which should promote sweating, which will help you lose weight in the end. However, if you have issues with your heart or with your arteries and you have blood clots or something like that, and you increase your circulation, bad things are going to happen.
Can I say an example real quick?
Please.
So I don't even have a heart condition as it is. I took a fat burner at one point in my life. I shit you not, and I'm going to say that right there. My heart was going to explode.
Mm-hmm.
I threw up profusely. I could not lower my heart rate whatsoever. It was scary.
Mm-hmm.
It was very scary. It is not worth it. And like she said, those things don't work on its own. I have CLA sitting in my cabinet, and it literally says body shape support. But what people don't understand, in the fine print, it says this does not work unless you have a healthy diet. Literally says if you're not having a sustainable diet, this will not work. But a lot of people don't understand that. They just assume it's going to do it for you.
Right. And I really love that you said that as well, because I want to group all supplements together, and we don't promote any supplements really. If you ask about certain ones, we have some that we will suggest, but they are high quality. And the reason that we know that is because they have those claims on the bottle and they say support. They don't say these literally crazy, physically and scientifically impossible words on them. I just don't get down with that. Most of the network marketing companies that sell supplements make those claims and do not have the disclaimers or truly the proper testing or education or scientific research behind them. So I typically will not recommend any of those. I have done lots and lots of supplement reviews on them, and there are just none truly worth either the money, or I should just say that there are better options out there. There's better options out there, and a lot of people don't even need a supplement, which is why I'm going to suggest to you that you focus on a healthy, balanced diet that includes carbohydrates as about half of your daily calorie intake, fats, mostly from unsaturated sources, so mostly from those plant sources, in about 30% of your daily calorie intake, and then proteins from lean sources whenever possible in about 20% of your total daily calorie intake, as well as including lots and lots of fiber, fruits and veggies, different colored foods to include all of your antioxidants and micronutrients. And that, my friend, is really the only way that you're going to burn fat off of your body. If you have a carbohydrate deficit, we've mentioned a little bit about this in the past, your body physically cannot use what it's supposed to, which is those carbohydrates, in order to fuel yourself. And then things just get all of whack. When you're exercising, your body uses the carbohydrates. And then once you stop, this isn't a normal person, again, that eats all of everything they're supposed to eat. Once you stop exercising and go back to rest, then your body actually starts to burn the fat. If you mess with that process and you force your body to burn fat when you're exercising, it might not know what to do when you're in that rest phase. It might start to burn something else. If you don't have enough fats, it just is not a good idea to not eat an entire group of food unless you have a specific medical reason not to. Okay, so I think that is truly the best advice I can give without starting to confuse anybody. This stuff is really scientific, you guys, and we try and give it to you in the most basic form just so that you can take these tools and go out and use them, understand it, and feel empowered. If you want more information, we have plenty and we would be glad to share it with you. Go ahead and send us a DM, send us an email. We'd be happy to chat about it. But for what you all, as the listeners, most of you, are active people, exercisers looking to live a healthier, more balanced lifestyle, that's the basis of what you need to know. You cannot burn fat from just one specific piece of your body. Your body is going to burn fat where it wants to burn fat. And as much as we wish that were not true, if you have a problem area, you really just need to get strict and focused on what you're eating and how you're moving. And again, synergistically, everything will start to work together. I heard a really great quote the other day from one of my continuing education classes, and it is a sports and exercise nutrition class. And the professor said, don't make weight loss your goal. If you focus on health, you will lose weight.
Absolutely.
That's just the byproduct. And I think that is truly the best way to put it, because that's what we're all about, right? Is focusing on that total health promotion and living that long and healthy life, free of chronic illness, free of injury, living out that confident and happy life. And that is what we really want for you. Focusing on fat burn in target areas is not going to promote that happy side of the healthy lifestyle. And so that's what I have for you guys today. I really hope that was helpful, eye-opening a little bit, and helped you understand that a lot of us, myself included, need a lot of grace every single day. And if you are in that place where you're ready to really get strict and focused on your nutrition, on your fitness, how you're moving your body, how you're talking to your body, go ahead and let us know. Check out the links in the show notes to check out our VIP coaching programs. Those are going to be so helpful for you moving forward. They are your best next step if you need a guiding light in your life to truly live out that happy and healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely. Just learn how to make that synergistic connection from your mind to your body and with whatever you consume, because at the end of the day, that's where it's going to take you. If you're eating a crappy diet and you're not working out properly, it's just going to lead you to worse and worse problems down the road. That's going to be harder to dig yourself out of, because eventually it might turn into a serious problem that you have no option to change your life, or else, you know how the rest goes. More problems, diseases, death even. That's why you want to start as early as you can and realize what you're trying to do. Stop with the quick fixes. Stop thinking carbohydrates are going to make you fat. You need to just utilize them. You need to get your body moving. Carbohydrates do make you fat if you don't use them. You
know what else makes you fat if you don't use it? Salad. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that argument ever again.
Any calorie that you consume that is not used from expenditure, then it just turns into fat. So at the end of the day, and I try to be a nice person, but sometimes the uncut truth is what you need to do. You're the one that controls how your body functions. So it's, at the end of the day, solely your responsibility. Take the education that we are providing you and run with it, because this is raw information that you don't always get on the mainstream media.
I couldn't think of a better way to end this episode. Tony, thank you, friend. That was so good. Friend that is listening right now, I hope you feel so empowered. Take a screenshot of this podcast episode and share it out to your Facebook or Instagram stories. Tag us and let us know what you think. Send us a message. We want to hear from you. You can also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, and we would appreciate it immensely, not only to help other people see and hear what the information that we're sharing out, but also just to help, boost our self-esteem a little bit and help us know that this is truly helping you and making a difference in your life. Our heart is so, so, so involved with you right now. That sounded weird, but we love you and we are pulling for you. We're hoping the best for you, and we cannot wait to see you back here next week for another episode of Spring Training on the Healthy is Hard podcast.
Peace.
It was our greatest honor to take up space in your world today. Please share this episode to your social media pages and tag us at BeWellHWC. Cheers to you, friend, for choosing better for yourself starting today. It won't be easy, but it'll be worth it. Subscribe to the show and learn how to make healthy less hard, one tip at a time.